with State Trooper Chris Graves for his advice on how to stay safe on campus.
Then Oregon State shows its green side. We're bringing you to last night's Energy Sustainability Fair to take a look at OSU's solar research.
Plus, we've seen what it takes to excavate a site. Now what does it take to put it away for the season? We have another segment of Cooper's Ferry and more on tonight's episode of the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Anna Singer.
And I'm Brooke Chrisler. We're glad you could come join us tonight.
Tonight's top story. Police are still on the lookout after an assault this weekend near the corner of 30th and Fillmore Avenue. According to police reports, the attack happened just after 7:30 p.m., making this the second attack that has happened within the past 2 weeks on 30th Avenue. The report filed by the victim stated that the suspect assaulted her as she was making her way to her vehicle. The victim claimed she was pushed to the ground and struck several times before the attacker fled the scene. Tonight, Beaver News reporter Max Newfield went out to ask OSU students about their thoughts in tonight's Questions in the Quad segment.
What's your name?
Rhett Bennett.
Rhett, nice to meet you. So what are your thoughts about the assault case? Do you think about your security much?
I personally don't think about it at all. I mean, the campus is pretty well lit, and there's a whole bunch of resources out there. I think there's enough people on campus usually that I personally am not afraid, but I'm also a male, so I don't think about it as much.
I think it's pretty frightening, especially for a woman to be beat in her head just walking to campus or to her car.
It really freaked me out a lot. Like, it's making me scared kind of to walk around. So.
Yeah. Do you now travel with friends or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been walking with friends back from, I'm in a sorority actually, and so when we walk back after dinners and stuff, I'm always with people now. And my roommate told me holding an umbrella is apparently a good idea, so I do that.
Would you ever consider the Safe Ride? I know we have an escort service. Do you know about those?
Yeah, I've heard about that. That sounds like a really good idea. I don't know the number, but that's a good thing to consider.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And these students aren't the only ones who are worried about future assaults. Since the last attack, many students have been on high alert, and more students have taken up carrying items such as tasers and pepper spray in efforts to deter any potential threats.
One of our friends actually got a really cute pink LED taser, flashlight. Yeah. Don't know if it's legal, but...
Last night, Oregon State Police and the Department of Public Safety released a criminal sketch artist rendition of the suspect. According to a press release from State Police, the suspect is described as a white male about 6 foot 3 inches tall with an athletic build. The man wore a black ski mask with one opening for both eyes, black athletic pants, white shoes, and a dark navy blue or black hoodie. The press release also noticed the similarities between the two attacks and raised the possibility that the two attacks may be linked.
The first assault occurred on Thursday the 16th just after 10 p.m. around 30th Street and Campus Way, less than a mile from where most recent assaults occurred. Information gathered from a press release sent out over the OSU student listserv explained that during the first attack, a 20-year-old woman was assaulted when a man hit her in the back of the head and tried to remove her clothing. After the attack, they interviewed Senior Trooper Chris Graves with the Oregon State Police Department about what students can do to stay safe at night.
You know, I think if you're going to be out at night, it's best for you to be in a group, especially here on campus. We encourage the group mentality, the herd mentality, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's safety in numbers. But if you're going to be out by yourself at night, practice some common sense self-defense things, like don't have the earbuds in the ear and the music cranked up, and maybe not necessarily talking on your phone as you walk, but kind of so you can hear your surroundings. Never subtract from your group. Add to the group, but never subtract, because the one person that you subtract is that potential victim. There's a lot of different things you can do while walking around campus at night. We have the lighted corridors, which there's maps on the website that you can check those out. There's also the blue light safety lights that They're scattered all around the main routes of campus that if you think something's wrong, you can hit those blue lights. It dials directly to our dispatch. They're going to send a DPS officer, public safety officer, or a state trooper is going to go there, whoever's closest. If you don't feel comfortable staying by the phone and talking through the speaker to the dispatcher, just keep hitting phones as you go down your route. We'll figure out the pattern by about the third one. We'll be waiting at that next one for you.
But what can you do if you work late and live off campus? The Associated Students of OSU would like to send a reminder to all students about Safe Ride, a student fee-funded service which is available for students for transportation at night. Safe Ride runs from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Sunday. State police have advised that if you find yourself in a situation where you must walk alone at night, to please consider using the option of using Safe Ride.
If you or anyone you know has information regarding the whereabouts or identity of the suspect, you are urged to call Corvallis Police, Oregon State Police, or the Department of Public Safety immediately. The Beaver News will have more on this story as it unfolds. Wow, Anna, it's just crazy to me how there's already been 2 assaults within these last 2 weeks.
I know.
It just makes me think that us as students should just keep our eyes peeled and aware and carry some pepper spray around and make sure that friends know where we're heading, because it's a scary world out there.
It is, and it's especially scary for me because I'm always on campus pretty late, and I've never really thought about it, but now with these recent attacks, you really just got to be aware of what's going on and take extra precautions, I guess.
I agree.
If you haven't been able to maintain your New Year's resolution of living a healthier life, OSU may have a program to help get you up and moving. Move It Monday is just one of the many programs put on by Beaver Strides, an exercise program that encourages and motivates students to get moving on campus. Beaver Strides has many different programs to join, such as Move It Mondays, Beaver Buddy, group challenges, and solo striders. Students can register in the first 3 weeks of every term. If you didn't have a chance to register, you should still join Move It Mondays, which meets at noon every Monday outside of Plageman Hall, regardless of weather conditions.
Are you a pet lover? The Heartland Humane Society is holding their 10th annual fundraiser, Wine and Whiskers, to help raise money for animals that are severely injured. This event will be held on Saturday, February 9th at 5:30 p.m. in the CH2M Alumni Center. The Humane Society encourages those who participate to come dressed as their favorite carnival character to match the night's theme.
While our school colors may be orange and black, Oregon State has always been known for being green. Of course, I'm talking about green energy programs.
That's right, Anna. From OSU's solar trailer to the solar panel era at the Hatfield Science Center, and even our own exercise equipment at Dixon Rec Center, OSU has always been a pioneer in renewable energy. Last night, OSU held the Energy Sustainability Initiative in LaSalle Stewart Center. The event consisted of around 25 displays showing the different ways to sustain energy and live a green life.
So Oregon State University really built itself as being a green college, even though our colors are orange. We have a lot of research on campus that's sustainability focused, and we have a lot of students who are interested in these issues, both for personal reasons and also as possible career choices someday. We have a lot of students who study things that are related to energy and sustainability, and so this is an excellent opportunity for students to learn more both about what they will be studying and possibly pursuing in their careers, and also just to learn more about the world around them.
And it's not because how good the program is, I'm here to represent the Department of Energy and promote for the Department of Energy and for the jobs and opportunities it offers.
OSU is also home to a student-run solar vehicle team.
We like to race it in a national competition. As I mentioned before, the ASC. It's usually about a 2,000-mile race, and our battery pack alone can get us 200 miles of the way, and the rest of the way is all powered by the sun.
The evening also consisted of the documentary Switch by Harry Lynch and Scott Tinker. To end the night, a public discussion was held with the audience members and experts. Anna and I had a great time at the event last night, And it was pretty interesting just learning how to be green and be good to the environment and eco-friendly.
Definitely. The most fascinating thing for me was that car. I mean, running 2,000 miles, that's pretty crazy. It was awesome. It was an awesome event, definitely.
Yeah, I never even knew OSU had that.
Yeah, crazy.
OSU's focus on solar energy is quickly leading to a greater improvements of renewable energy cars and appliances. In 2009, the solar trailer created by the solar vehicle team was able to charge a Tesla Roadster's batteries, demonstrating that transportation fuels can also be renewable.
And for those of you who are feeling low on energy yourself because of sickness or just a lack of sunshine, a new study from Linus Pauling Science Center may have the answer. Dr. Adrian Gombart, an associate professor of biochemistry, states how beneficial vitamin D is for your immune system. Dr. Gombart notes people are not provided enough vitamin D, which can cause the innate immune system to be weaker, which can result in catching sicknesses easier. In an interview with Dr. Gombart, he told reporters that his ongoing research shows that there is a correlation between vitamin D deficiency in humans and primates. Scientists are continuing to test and experiment to get some concrete answers. Gombart's advice on avoiding the flu: wash your hands, get your flu shot before the flu season, and take a daily vitamin supplement.
And speaking of interesting studies, now seems like a good time to pivot over to our continuation of our Cooper's Ferry segment produced by Beaver News reporter Hayden Wilcox. Over the summer, Hayden was able to travel with the Associate Professor of Anthropology, Dr. Lauren Davis, for an inside look at what it means to be an archaeologist. Tonight, Hayden will be explaining how a site is put to bed for the season and how the site is protected from looters. This report was supported by OSU and the Bureau of Land Management.
After 7 weeks of excavation, it's time to end the season at Cooper's Ferry. The process begins with the placement of completed level forms. These level forms will act as a guide for students who will come next year.
Right now we are putting sandbags back in our excavation unit, along with plywood along the walls, and that will ensure that the site is protected from the elements and anybody snooping around until next summer.
Each sandbag is about a 5-gallon bucket of dirt, which turns out to be roughly 50 pounds. And we have a lot of them.
I bet we have around 6,000 sandbags put back in there.
We learned from experience that throwing 6,000 sandbags back into a hole is a lot easier than taking them out in the first place. The tarp and fencing provide extra protection and security for the site to ward off potential looters in the off-season.
We're covering the chicken wire that's over the tarp to hold it down, I suppose.
The campsite is then put back into storage in preparation for the following season.
But as you can see, there's nothing left of Cooper's Ferry, which is exactly what the next group of students will find come next season.
Months to come, the weeds will grow up and you'll never even know that we were here. But we'll be back again next summer for another year of exciting discoveries here at Cooper's Ferry.
This has been Hayden Wilcox reporting for KBVR Beaver News.
We will be continuing our series with Hayden tomorrow night and our final installment of the series on Monday night. Tune in tomorrow as Hayden shows us how archaeologists can recreate climate levels from the past by studying mussel shells.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. I'm Brooke Chrisler.
And I'm Anna Singer.
Thanks for tuning in, and remember, catch us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Channel 26 KBVR.